Hello, everybody. I'm Kenny Stahl, and welcome to another Twitch stream. Nothing feels better for me than to come home after a nice long day of work and just turning on the stream and recording and chatting and playing some video games. Here I am once again on Twitch. By the way, some of these streams here on Twitch are going to make it to my YouTube channel. I don't know which ones. Hopefully this one, if everything turns out well, if I have a nice chat, these will go up on YouTube. My goal is to grow a community here, to have a lot of people watch me live on Twitch so they can comment, so they can chat with me. It really helps to have people here to ask me questions, say things to me. That way I don't have, I don't run out of things to say. So, yeah, it just sucks to stream to 0 people. Luckily, my last stream I had actually a few people commenting and chatting, so that was really nice. But yeah, the goal is to grow a community here. The goal is to just have fun, to have discussions about things, to just kind of, it's honestly just a way for me to share things about myself, to talk about what I'm going through right now, how I'm doing, what I've been through, how my day has been. Speaking of that, one of the problems I'm having right now is just awkwardness. Like, I'm just realizing how socially awkward I am. I know that I've always been socially awkward. This is not a new thing for me to find out. But, like, I was just at work and I tried to, talk to people more than what I usually do. That's kind of a goal that I have, is to be more social, to be more friendly, to not just keep to myself all the time, And I tried to have this conversation with people at work that I never have conversations with, and it was just, I just realized how awkward I am, and this is something that I've always had, insecurities about. Okay, here's what it is. Things always sound better in my head than what actually comes out of my mouth. That even goes for streaming too. Sometimes I'll be streaming and I think that I just said something clearly, and I watch it back and I realize that I didn't really express myself very well. And I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm just kind of really awkward. You're not alone. I'm packed with social awkwardness. I think a lot of people do have social awkwardness. I think a lot of people struggle with that. For me, it's like a combination of, social anxiety, where I'm just afraid to talk to people because of, just fear that they won't like me or they'll judge me or they'll whatever. There's all sorts of just things that go through my head when it comes to that. But like what was it? I just noticed I don't always make eye contact with people when I talk to them, and I was talking to this or I was trying to be more friendly and socialize with this person at work, and I just realized that I just kept looking away. I don't know, out of nervousness or whatever. I don't think it has anything to do with any condition that I have other than social anxiety. I really just think that it's just being nervous, just awkwardness. Anyway, the other thing that's kind of a problem is I was working with this lady who is Vietnamese, and she doesn't really speak English that well, or she does. She speaks well, but it's just I had a hard time understanding her. So that's always an awkward thing too, because here's the thing with that made the encounter kind of uncomfortable was she asked me a question and I didn't hear her, so I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, can you repeat that?" and then she asked me it again, and I just stared at her for 2 seconds, and I was just and then she repeated it again, and like that kind of awkwardness just made me like I didn't know how to say like I don't want to just be like, hey, you know, your accent I can't understand it, you know. I think she asked me a question like she asked me it one more time, and I literally just said yes. And I didn't really understand what she asked me. And then she's like, oh, okay. And then she kept talking. And it was one of those like moments where it's like somebody having like their English not being that great. It was just a little awkward for me. Yeah, so that was sort of, you know, something that happened to me yesterday was that. But yeah, that's awkward. Oh, we got another person here in the chat. Awesome. Thank you so much for showing up. I think that sometimes I worry too much about how many people are watching me, like streaming and stuff. And my goal for this is to really just hop on here every once in a while after work, just start the stream up and maybe do something like I just did where I just share a little bit about something that happened to me at work or whatever, and have a conversation, sort of like a podcast or whatever, and just, you know, maybe if you guys have questions for me in the chat, I'll try to answer them, and maybe you guys can help me with the conversation so I can make this more of a just an all-around better, not really show, but like a better stream, because my goal is to, if I have a good stream, I want to download this and put this up on YouTube, and then that will just be content for YouTube. It'll just be a lot easier for me because I don't really have a lot of plans for what I want to do with my YouTube channel. Anyway, now that I know I want to stream more often, and I know that I oftentimes will run out of things to talk about, I'm going to try to just keep in my head more often, like just ideas for like what I can talk about on stream, because, you know, it's kind of hard to do just sitting here talking for, you know, hours or just an hour, you know. So anyway, I was driving home today, and on the way home, my drive to work involves driving by an airport, like the road that the airport is on. Like I have to drive down that road to get to work, and going back home. And on the way home today, like the airplane was like right above my car, like right where it's landing, right where the airplane is landing. You know, the road goes right under it, and it's about as low as the plane could go. And I know this might sound childish, but I still get like kind of excited every time that happens. Like, oh my God, it's the airplane. But I mean, it's happened like dozens of times since I've had this job at this location. You know, like everybody is talking about how 2020, how this year is like the worst year. Like, I mean, it is. I mean, it's terrible, you know, with the coronavirus and with you know, just, you know, the protests and all the things that are going on. It's weird for me because when people bring up that 2020 is like the worst year ever, I'm honestly having the best year of my life right now. For no reason, nothing amazing is happening. I'm just like, for the first time like in my life, I feel good about myself, and I just feel like I'm living my life as good as I can. I don't have any regrets right now. I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong in my life. You know, that's the thing, is like I've talked about on my YouTube channel and so forth. I've talked about like how I have, you know, these self-esteem issues, and how I always feel like, you know, like I hate my life and everything. And it's like, I don't know. This is just such a good year for me in that sense. Sounds like you're finding your equilibrium in life. Maybe it comes from acceptance. 100%. No, you actually hit the nail right on the head. That's exactly what it is. I do think that I'm finding my equilibrium in life. It is 100%. I have just accepted who I am. I've accepted just where I'm at in my life. I've realized, you know, that some expectations I had and still have sometimes, they are way too high, and I need to be way more realistic about where I'm at right now, what is actually possible for myself, and to not, go crazy with these fantasies sometimes. I think that it's very important for anybody who wants to just love themselves more or feel good in life or to be happy. I think that it's very important for people to find their, like you said, equilibrium, but I'm gonna say, like, find your groove, find your path, find your, like, lifestyle that works for you. You shouldn't base that off of what you see other people doing, because, like, you can watch people on social media who are, like, rich and who have all this stuff going for them, people that are, that, I don't know, like just know where you come from, know what your life is going to be. Like, I can never, like, look at somebody who has a life from New York City or Los Angeles, or, like, I don't live there in either of those places. So, like, my lifestyle is going to be different from theirs because I'm from a small town in Michigan. So it's like, no, first of all, that in itself is one thing. Second of all, I was thinking about this today, about how, like, where my life is taking me, because I'm working in, I guess you would call it, I don't know if my job is technically a manufacturing job or not, but it's like it's a job where you don't have to have a college education, right? So I was thinking about this because, I come from a family where my parents did not have go to college or have a higher education or anything. So there was, like, when I graduated from high school, my plan was to go to college. My plan was to graduate from college and whatever. And the idea was that I would have been, like, the first person in our immediate family or whatever, because my grandparents never, went to college either. So the idea was that, like, I was going to be the first person because I was getting all A's in school. There was all this pressure, all these expectations, because I was, just because I'm kind of a, academically, on paper, I'm a smart guy. Honestly, I don't think I'm really that smart, though, in some senses. Just, like, there's so many things that are not academic things that, like, I'm a complete idiot about. And I guess I can go into further detail about that later. Like, I just, like, maybe I'm good at critical thinking, and those abilities translate well to, maybe I'm decent at communication, or maybe I'm decent at certain things, but, like, just there's a lot of things that, like, the average person who doesn't score well on, academic tests, like, they don't, like, I wish I was more like other people, like, in, so that sense. Anyway, I was just thinking about school and everything, and how I had all these expectations of, like, graduating college and getting a really great job and, like, having a wonderful life. And I don't know, like, it was just like, that's not how things went, I dropped out of college, and now I tried to figuring out my place in life is what it is. It's trying to figure out, well, okay, if that's not the path that I'm supposed to take in life, if that's not the path that I am going to be taking in life, which is, getting an education, what am I doing? So is it possible for me to have a job doing I guess physical labor? I guess physical labor is the right word. Being a production worker, is that something that I'm okay with? Shouldn't I be using my brain to, like, I don't know, do stuff? Shouldn't I be, like, sitting at a computer desk and doing it? And I don't know, maybe I wouldn't be good at that kind of thing. So finding my place in life is just accept it, what the point, what you made, saying maybe it comes from acceptance. Yeah, I think that I've just accepted who I am as a product of my parents and the way they raised me, and maybe not having, you know, the most ideal circumstances growing up. You know, just making the most of what I got right now, you know. And I'm happy. I'm truly happy, you know. I don't know. It's very bizarre for me because I don't know how to move forward with like my YouTube channel and stuff, because like all I've done is I've just made videos talking about being depressed and talking about being lonely and just feeling, you know, miserable and hating myself. And it's like, I can't say that that's true anymore. That's good. I mean, people should be happy for me if they watch my videos, but like, I don't know. So I don't know, going back to what I was talking about earlier of, you know, okay, so here I am streaming. Maybe I'll find, you know, more interesting things to talk about next time, instead of just talking about myself too much. But you know, I really do want to incorporate other people more into my streams, and I do want to focus on connecting with others and just kind of being not necessarily positive for the sake of being positive, but there needs to be a balance, I think, for people who have depression, or not just have depression, but people who are stuck in that, you know, mindset of just hating everything, of just being like, man, feeling hopeless, or, you know, like just hating yourself. Like, there needs to be a counterbalance to that kind of stuff, you know. And I want to provide just, you know, a little bit of just positivity or optimism for people that are like that, because there's one thing I've learned from just being the emotional mess that I've been for my entire life. It's that I don't want to be miserable anymore. And I just made that, I don't know, something in my brain just like a switch went off recently. Like, I want to say like last year. Yeah, it was probably about a year and a half ago. Something just like a switch went off in my brain, and I just felt good all of a sudden. I just felt like I'm done. I'm done being miserable. I'm done crying about things. Just let me just get through the day and just make this happen. Just do better. So here I am streaming here on Twitch for the second time this week, third time in recent times, and you know, this is just gonna get better. I'm just gonna get more comfortable doing this. I'm gonna grow, and I'm gonna find my audience. I'm gonna find my voice. I'm gonna learn how to be more entertaining. I'm gonna learn how to be a better person, and hopefully there's gonna be people watching me. And with that being said, that's gonna conclude this intro. I appreciate all of your guys's support. I appreciate all of you guys watching. Yeah, look at you guys. Thank you in the chat saying good for you. I hope you guys will see that I am indeed taking this seriously, and I want to have fun. I want to relax. I want to have fun. I do want to have, you know, interesting, good conversations sometimes. Thank you for the heart. I appreciate that. But with that being said, I want to play this game. I want to play this video game, this Fall Guys. I've been playing it. I played it yesterday and the day before a little bit. But I was waiting for today to actually be playing this game a lot. So anyway, let's get into that. So I'm gonna go ahead and move some stuff around on my computer screen, and then we will get into it.